As with any actions, there are going to be consequences. Academic integrity at the University of Toronto is no different. Here are some of the consequences you can face if you are sanctioned with an offense. The first is a requirement for submission for a new or alternative piece of work. The second is the rescinding of university-funded scholarships and/or bursaries. You can also have partial or total loss of marks on the examination or assignment where the offense occurred. There can also be loss of marks for the course in which the offense occurred. The university may also suspend you for a period between 1 and 6 consecutive semesters. In certain cases, there might also be a recommendation for expulsion from the university. And lastly, there can be a recommendation for revoking or rescinding your degree. So please, let's avoid these things at all costs. It's not fun for anyone, not students or administration. Here's how we can avoid some of those academic integrity issues. First, knowing how to summarize, paraphrase, and referencing sources correctly. Second, reading your syllabuses and understanding the rules and expectations for each of your courses. Third, doing your course readings and staying organized. You are much less likely to commit academic offenses if you're on top of your things. Number 4, managing your time and planning ahead. I cannot emphasize enough how important this is, which is why this is bolded. Also, you can use technology and resources to your advantage. There is so much around you, both online and in person and on campus. Please take advantage of these. Lastly, please take university seriously. Yes, you're paying a huge sum of money every year, and that should be reason enough not to commit these offenses. But on top of that, you really don't want to deal with going into meetings and potentially jeopardizing your academic career. Now, here are some tips. Here's a tip on how to summarize. When you're quoting something, make sure you know how to quote and paraphrase. A good tip is not relying heavily on direct quotes. It doesn't allow you to establish your own voice, and it drastically increases your originality score on something like Turnitin. A pitfall in first year writing is often relying too much on direct quotations. Paraphrasing still does need to be cited, but it allows you to maintain a better flow to your paper, and you sound like yourself in your papers. It's important to read your syllabus and know the rules. Oftentimes, instructors at the University of Toronto will have students submit their papers through Turnitin.com. Your syllabus will have more information on this. This site runs your paper through a database of millions of other essays. It checks to see if you're using identical or familiar language to other papers in the database and provides you with an originality score. In other words, it shows you what content may be potentially plagiarized. Turnitin then will use the score and send it to your professors, and this will let them flag down any issues that they see. If you are concerned, you can also run your papers through other free plagiarism check websites. Make sure to always do your course readings and stay organized. One of the best ways to begin figuring out what you want to write about is to do your course readings. This will get you acclimated to the academic writing process and also the placement of sources. Course readings can often be used as sources for your assignments, and make sure to always ask your professors that you can use them. But yes, you still have to cite them. Make sure to always create a detailed outline, whether it be for an essay or another assignment. Citation issues can sometimes come about because you write blind and begin to scramble for information in a time crunch. With the outline, then, you can clearly see the information you will need and how it will fit into the overall scheme of your paper. Thus, you can place in the citations as you're going along, instead of doing them all at the end. Make sure to always manage and plan your time ahead. You need to leave yourself time for completing and checking over your citations. Most people leave it as their last step of their paper. This is not necessarily a problem, but leave yourself enough time to insert them and check them thoroughly. Most essays, in fact, will assign up to 20% of the essay mark for formatting and style. This includes spelling, grammar, and citation accuracy. Do not let these easy marks slip past you. Stay on top of your citations as you're going along. It's very common for students to rush essays, which inherently means citations are rushed and ignored. This then can lead to plagiarism, so please manage your time. Another tip I have is using technology. EndNote, RefWorks, Citation Machine are some of my favorites. This is software that lets you build your citations bibliography as you go along easily. The old school way is to spend lots of time putting in citations into your paper in the proper format, and this can get time consuming. This way, if you plug in what you need to into these databases, it does have to work for you. U of T Libraries will also host free workshops on using the software, and yes, it's free, so please take advantage of it. And use all the other resources around you. All classes have a TA with office hours. Stop by and have them look over your assignment and citations to see if you're on the right track. See the Academic Success Center, who runs a host of workshops and seminars that provide tips and strategies for students to improve their writing. Use your college and faculty's own writing centers. You can also use ASAP, where we'll have writing tutors helping you out. Also, make sure to consult your librarian and the libraries at U of T. And of course, you can ask me, Shakib, for help as you need it. This is it for today's sessions. If you have any questions, please feel free to stop by my office, give me a call, or email me. Thank you very much for joining us. Have a great day.